From The Atlantic, the Democrat monolith, they tell us that there is a coming Democrat civil war. Whoa, and this is interesting because they're Democrats. So it sounds like they're maybe discussing their impending future and maybe demise, saying a seemingly wonky debate about the abundance agenda is really about power. And this is not only a conversation that's happening in The Atlantic, it's also happening elsewhere. Jake Tapper admitting, according to the New York Post, that Biden's cover-up and his cognitive decline scam may be worse than Watergate, yeah. And also saying that they were the existential threat to democracy. Not Trump, not MAGA, not people who didn't trust the CDC, not people who had questions about Epstein or January 6th. It was the Democratic Party running an invalid and then having other unelected oligarchs actually run the country. But The Atlantic knows there's going to be repercussions for what they did. A lot of people are going to be Democrats and they're not going to shake or move off of their party platform regardless of anything that happens in their lives. But there are other Democrats that realize, oh yeah, they got duped, they got exploited, they got lied to, and they're probably pretty angry about it. They say a civil war has broken out even amongst the Democrat wonks. The casus belli is a new set of ideas as the abundance agenda, known as the abundance agenda. Its supporters herald it as a key to prosperity for the American people, abundance. But its critics decry it as a scheme to infiltrate the Democratic Party by corporate-aligned interests. A gambit by center-right think tanks and libertarian donors trying to invade. Now, there are factional disputes that tear apart the left. They tend to evolve into a bunch of things: Gaza, policing, immigration, and more. But the abundance agenda is a new series of policy reforms designed to make it easier to build housing, infrastructure, and for government bureaucracy to work. Now, it's got a cheerful name, but it contains a radical critique of the past half century of American government. Now, the party's internal divides in the recent years have been defined almost entirely in relation to the issue positions taken by the groups. Most progressive Democrats have been the ones who advocated the group's positions most forcefully. Moderate Democrats have been defined by their relative lack of enthusiasm. All right, this is a pretty ridiculous article. So it's a lot of history here, and saying there's a civil war. What has drawn many Americans to Trump is his claim he's going to fix the system. So he said a lot, and I have no idea what he's even talking about. All right, now meanwhile, Biden aides are admitting that the staff did undemocratic things because Trump was the existential threat to democracy. It turns out it was them.